What's going on, guys? The Comics Kid 2099 here. Welcome to day 116 of the 365-day graphic novel review challenge. Today, I want to talk to you about Conan, The Phantoms of the Black Coast. This is by Victor Gischler and Attila Futaki, and it is a 5-issue miniseries that shows Conan after he has conquered some kingdom. This witch woman comes to him and says, "Hey, your old girlfriend Bellet, who's now dead, her spirit is restless and you need to put it to rest." And so Conan goes on this adventure to do just that, but the witch woman is not what she seems, and her story is not what it seems. So Conan, can he figure this out? Is he going to get killed by the witch woman? We don't know, although you probably know that he's not going to get killed. But is this story worth your time? I would say that, sure. If you like Conan, if you like sword and sorcery stories, if you like specifically barbarian sword and sorcery stories, then yeah, you should probably check this out. There's just a few minor things about this that I wanted to bring up. Number one, it feels a little bit inconsistent with the character of Conan. If you know anything about Conan, you know that he's not exactly the most enlightened character as far as gender roles are concerned. And that's a nice way of saying that Conan is a little bit of a sexist. And if you've read or seen any Conan stories, then you know that to be true. In this story, it seems a little weird that his girlfriend Bellet, who, as far as I can tell, died a few years before this story takes place, he's still kind of hung up on her, and he still feels bad that she died, and then he's willing to risk his life and the lives of others to put her spirit to rest. That seems a little weird to me, especially considering how he usually treats women like objects in most of the stories that I've seen. And you may say, hey, what about Valeria in the movies? Yeah, that's another example of him really liking a woman, although I would say here, he likes Bellet even more than he liked Valeria in the movies. So it's a little strange to see Conan going so far out of his way to do this for Bellet, but maybe if I had seen a little bit more of his relationship with Bellet, then this wouldn't feel as weird. And that's to say that I haven't seen Bellet in any of the other Conan stories. She might have appeared in the Essential Conan book that I reviewed a few weeks ago, but I don't think so. I don't remember her being in that, but again, maybe I'm wrong. That had like 20-something stories in it. She might have appeared in a couple of them, but I haven't seen Bellet and Conan in a long-term relationship. I've never seen her be with Conan for multiple issues where we get to see their relationship in progress. And I think if I had seen that, I would probably view his actions in this book a little bit differently. The other thing that I find to be a little strange in this book is that it really kind of feels like they have this end game in mind for this 5-issue miniseries, and so in order to get there, they have to have a few different unrelated adventures. Specifically, there's one issue, I think it's issue 3, and that ends with them being on this weird, crazy island, and then issue 4 has them solve the problem of that weird, crazy island, and then issue 4 ends with them on yet another weird and crazy island. It seems like this could have been a 4-issue miniseries, and you could have taken out that one adventure where they're on a weird and crazy island, and you could have kind of combined it with the other weird and crazy island where the climax of the story takes place, and then this could have been a shorter story. It feels like they had a 4-issue story, and then they stretched it just a little bit, and they put in a little bit of filler to make it a 5-issue story. And that's not a huge problem. It's not like this is a 2 or 3-issue story that they stretched out that much. It just has a little bit of filler. I've seen stories that have a lot more filler before, and I've complained a lot more about that in the past. Here, it's not as big of a deal, but it does feel like it has a little bit of filler that doesn't need to be there. But if you are a huge fan of Conan, if you really like the relationship between Conan and Bellet, then you definitely need to check this out. Or if you're just a casual fan of sword and sorcery, and you've only read a few Conan stories here and there, and you want a good jumping on point, I think that this story is as good of a jumping on point as any other. I don't really think that Conan is a character where you have to read his stories in some kind of chronological order. That's the good thing, I think, about Conan stories, is that they can kind of just exist in this weird balance where you can read them in whatever order you want. All you have to know is that Conan has conquered a kingdom, and this happens immediately after that. So I like this story. I think that you guys would as well, if you're fans of the sword and sorcery genre as I am. But that's all that I have to say about this book. I hope that you guys liked this video. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you did like this video, and I will be back tomorrow with a different video. In the meantime, you guys have a great rest of the day. Catch you later.